Hey, what are we playing today?
Take your pick.
Oh! Hey everyone, it's Nerd Phil, and today I'll be introducing to you 5 gateway board games you should be introducing to your friends if they're relatively new to the board game scene. Now, introducing the first game can have a huge impact and impression and determine whether your friend is going to keep coming back to play board games with you. So these are the 5 board games that I think have the perfect blend of strategy and luck to keep your friends coming back. Honorary mention goes to, of course, you guessed it, Settlers of Catan. Now everyone has this game, but if you're done playing the basic, go ahead and get Cities and Knights. That's my favorite expansion and is pretty simple in concept. Number 5, Seven Wonders. So this game follows a draft format. So if you've drafted in Magic the Gathering, this will be a very familiar concept to you. But if you've also played the classic game of Spoons, this game will also be very familiar to you. Seven Wonders is a game where you take a hand, look at the cards, pick one that you think is the best, and pass the rest. Different combinations allows you to accumulate the amount of victory points you get, and the person with the most victory points wins. Now there are multiple ways to win this game. You can either build your military, develop science, or start building markets to cheapen the product cost of things you're going to buy in the future. Now this game is pretty unique because it can hold up to 7 people, which is a little unusual because most board games are holding up to 4 to 5 players. So this is a great game if you've just got that awkward number going around in your friend group. This game is actually surprisingly interactive when you as a group have to decide how to take down the player who's clearly in the lead, because sometimes it's just that obvious. Now this game might require a couple of playthroughs for the new player to understand the strong combos in this game, but the replay value of this game is fantastic because the cards are always dealt at random. Once you're done playing the base set, go ahead and get the Tower of Babel expansion. This expansion allows more interaction from players across the other side of the table. It's quite a wonderful game. Number 4, Ticket to Ride. All aboard!
Choo choo!
In this game, you're building railroad lines all throughout America, and you get points by either making extremely long tracks or by making tracks that connect 2 cities to each other. Now this game also helps you with your geography. Someone please change my geography grade in middle school, please. I know most of my major cities now. Now this game can be broken down into 3 simple actions. Taking cards that let you build trains, playing the cards to build the trains, and finally getting more destination tickets to get more victory points. Now this game might not seem as interactive because you might be focusing on what your destination ticket says when you're trying to combine 2 cities in a single railroad line. But the game becomes a lot more interactive and quite interesting when you as a team or as a group decide how badly do you want to screw over one person by taking all the possible rails that they want to go through and making them build a much longer track. The point system rewards patience, so it's great for a new player who needs extra time to think about what they need to do. Number 3, Evolution, the beginning set. Oh. In this game, you're in charge of creating and feeding prehistoric creatures. To do this, you give them specific trait cards that allow them to eat faster, safer, or to eat another player's animals. The player with the most food consumed and most species survive wins the game. Now this game is similar to Seven Wonders in terms of playing cards that are right in front of you, except you have to be paying attention to what every person is doing. The beginning set is great because it has a set number of cards, so it's easy to remember what each card does and how it interacts with another card. Once you're done playing the beginning set, you can get the complete set and evolve into the big league. Out of all the games in this list, this game is by far the most simplest because the rules and the cards are the most straightforward, so it's easy for a new player to pick up pretty quickly. Number 2, Smash Up. No, not that Smash game. This is a board game. Now in this game, there's 8 different armies, and you choose 2 armies to smash together. Those armies consist of pirates, aliens, dinosaurs, zombies, and each faction or army has their own unique ability. Your goal is to conquer bases before your opponents do and to accumulate the most victory points. Now the rules of this game are super simple. You get to play 1 action, play 1 minion, and then you draw 2 cards when you're done. Some cards will allow you to play multiple minions or draw multiple cards or play multiple actions. This game encourages fast gameplay because you're drawing at the end of your turn. So you're making your move beforehand even if the board slightly changes. When you're all done playing the base set, go ahead and get all these expansions. That's a lot. Now don't get the Munchkin set because that game doesn't really play Smash Up the way Smash Up was originally intended. Number 1, Survive. In this game, you're in charge of getting your people from the sinking island of Atlantis back to the safety in the main shore. But watch out, because other players will be sending sharks, whales, and sea monsters after you. Whoever gets the most people out to the mainland wins the game. Each individual meeple will have its own specific point value. So you might get one meeple that's 1 point and another meeple that's 6 points. And you place them on the sinking island. What's the catch? Well, once you place your meeple, you can't look at it again. So if you forget the point value of which meeple is which, you're in big trouble. This game ends when the island explodes. Now this game is awesome because you have to be really interactive with another player. You have to decide, do I really want to screw them over knowing that they'll screw me over by sending another shark later on or another sea monster later on? Or do we want to work together to get our people to safety? The replay value of this game is infinite because the board will always look different each time you play. So let me know in the comments if you think these are fantastic board games to introduce to your friends or if you think you have better ones. In my next video, I'll be going over 5 worlds/themes that should have been used in Kingdom Hearts 3. Subscribe, like, comment, y'all know the pizzazz. I'll see you next time for your Nerd Fill.